There have been a lot of FNAF games over the years, not as nearly as much as the books, but still. And with all of these FNAF games and books, the lore gets a bit complicated and confusing. Today I will be going over the complete FNAF timeline so far, mostly based on my own theories. Please note that these theories will sometimes make no sense without the proper evidence, so please don't start bullying me in the comments. In this video, I am joined by FNAF Gangster. Link to his channel in the description.
Hey, what's up, ballers? It's me, FNAF Gangster. And, yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hey, Future Bonnie here. So, at the time of recording the voice lines and making the scripts, I did not yet have all of the books. But now that I do, I've seen a lot of holes in my theories or in my timeline video. So, bear with me. I will be going over those in either part 2 or part 3. So, just keep that in mind. So we begin in 1983, when there was only Fredbear's Family Diner, created by Henry Emily and William Afton. It was a restaurant for kids and grown-ups alike, with two main mascots, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie.
During this time, William had gone mad. Maybe it was jealousy. Maybe it was spite. But he murdered Henry's 3-year-old daughter, Charlie.
There was an animatronic created by Henry named the Puppet. Its job was to protect Charlie, but it failed when Charlie got locked outside of the diner.
In his grief, Henry created 4 versions of Charlie: toddler, child, teen, and adult. William, however, got his hands on the adult version of Charlotte and renamed her Circus Baby, using her for his own location, Circus Baby's Pizza World.
However, on the first day of being open, William's daughter, Elizabeth, was killed by Circus Baby and possessed the animatronic. William's youngest son, Evan, this is just a temporary name until we get an official answer, was there to witness the death of Elizabeth. Ever since, William has been using sound illusion discs to scare Evan at night so he wouldn't go near the animatronics. And because of the death of his sister, one of the animatronics he saw at night had a mouth on his stomach due to a claw coming out of Circus Baby's stomach to kill Elizabeth.
This started 5 days before his birthday. On Evan's birthday, his brother, Michael Afton, threw him into the mouth of Fredbear. Evan was crying, of course, and in case you didn't know, water can activate the spring locks in the suit. When the spring locks activated, the animatronic bit off Evan's frontal lobe, killing him instantly.
William, after Elizabeth's death, realized Elizabeth possessed Circus Baby. After learning this, William sought to achieve immortality using Remnant, a metallic substance which can be used to trap souls in inanimate objects. 2 years later, in 1985, a new location opened called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There were now 2 new animatronics named Chica the Chicken and Foxy the Pirate Fox. Fredbear and Spring Bonnie were replaced with Freddy Fazbear and Bonnie the Bunny. William became a security guard at this location, then wore a Spring Bonnie suit to lure kids into a secret room and murder them.
He killed 5 children that day: Susie, Fritz, Jeremy, Gabriel, and Cassie. They were stuffed into animatronic suits. Susie, the first to die, became Chica. Fritz became Foxy. Jeremy came to Bonnie. And Gabriel was stuffed into a Freddy suit. Cassie was stuffed into a Springlock Fredbear suit. But due it being a suit and not an animatronic, this was the only one who could not move after possessing the animatronics. The location was soon closed down because of this. And in 1987, another location opened.
This new location was called the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This time, the animatronics were programmed with facial recognition software. So, when William returned to kill more kids, an animatronic named Mangle recognized him as a security guard and bit off the head of an employee named Jeremy.
6 years later, around 1993, another location opened called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. It wasn't open for long, though, because of the franchise history.
That same year, William went back to the 1985 restaurant and destroyed the animatronics, harvesting the remnant within the suits. He would destroy the animatronics each night, one by one, using the remnant to build and upgrade the Funtime animatronics, making them more suitable to capture and lure more children to harvest their remnant.
What William did not expect was for the souls of the children to attack him. William climbed into a springlock suit, knowing they could not get him inside of the suit. What William did not account for was a leak in the roof, causing water to drip into the suit, activating the springlocks, killing him instantly.
Meanwhile, Michael got a message from his father to visit Circus Baby in rentals. He was told to find his sister, Elizabeth, not knowing what happened to her, only knowing that she died to Circus Baby, not that she possessed the animatronic. Michael came back each night until night 5. He went down to send Circus Baby to the scooping room, a room for dismantling animatronics. After sending her to the scooping room, he gets sent to said scooping room, where he finds out that all of the animatronics that were scooped rebuilt themselves using parts from each of them to create a new animatronic, Ennard.
This animatronic shares the souls from each animatronic, each wanting to escape the underground location. Ennard uses the scooper to kill Michael, then climbs inside of his skin to use it as a suit.
This doesn't work out for Ennard because Michael's body starts decaying and turning purple, making Ennard have to leave the body and escape into the sewers. When this happens, Michael's sister, Elizabeth, repeatedly reminds him that he won't die as he stands back up as if nothing ever happened.
While Michael was in the underground location, he discovered blueprints left by his father of the animatronics meant to lure and kill children. He also learned what William had done to the missing children. So he decided to go to each location and free the souls of the children. So he goes and does exactly that.
He went to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria in that same year, 1993. He burns the place to the ground and then travels to the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and burns it to the ground as well.
He hadn't gone to the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As the animatronics were destroyed, the souls were freed.
Michael relaxed and watched football, believing he had righted William's wrongs by freeing the spirits. But then, 30 years later, he sees on TV that a new location has opened called Fazbear's Fright.
Michael decides to head to the location as well to attempt to free more of the animatronics, and everything seemed to be going great on the first night. But he saw no animatronics.
However, on the second night, a spring-lock suit was put in the location, but someone was inside. His father, who now goes by Springtrap, was somehow still alive and was inside the suit, and wanted Michael's remnant left over from Ennard. While trying to survive, Michael gets hallucinations of burned animatronics from the 1985 location and from the 1993 location, making it easier for Springtrap to get him. On night 6, Michael burns down the location, finally putting William to rest, or at least for now.
Not too long later, Henry Emily returns to open a new location called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and hires Michael to be the manager.
Michael plans to burn down the location on the final night, hoping Ennard and his sister would be there. But until then, he sets up the location for customers. After each night, he salvages a new animatronic, starting with Molten Freddy, then Scrap Trap. Next was Circus Baby, and finally was Lefty. But something was odd about these animatronics. They all seemed very familiar, almost as if he knew them, except he did. Molten Freddy was Ennard, except they kicked out Circus Baby. Scrap Baby was Circus Baby, his sister, and Lefty was built by Henry to capture the puppet, as it was possessed by Charlie. But one stood out to Michael. One of them was different.
Scraptrap seemed too familiar. His voice, his suit, it was strange feeling.
But then Michael realized this was his father, William. He somehow survived the spring locks and the fire. Michael knew what he had to do. He had to burn down the location on the final night when all of the animatronics were there. This was it, the end of the Afton family.
On the final night, while Michael was doing his job and trying to survive, everyone got locked inside, including Michael, the animatronics, and Henry.
From the speakers, they heard a familiar voice. It was Henry. He explained how he lured them all there, and how this was always the plan. All of them were going to die that night. For good this time. Henry knew that he was just as guilty as William, as he helped create the location that started everything. So he stayed and burned with the others. Henry had this planned for a long time, and he was finally setting this plan in motion. And as the building burned to the ground, Henry gave his last words.
This ends, for all of us, in communication.
As William was dragged down to hell, killing him once and for all. And that's it for now. The quick announcement video took an hour to make, and it was only 1 minute long, so I'll be splitting this up into 2 parts. Huge thanks to FNAF Gangster for helping me with this video.
And that's all, folks. Have a nice time.
Honestly, I couldn't have done this video without his help, because I just stutter way too much when I have to read from a script, and obviously that's what this entire video is. It's just a script, and it took me so many tries to get the first few lines right, so I really appreciate his help and offering to help me with this. But anyways, guys, there's a link to his channel in the description. Please check him out. He really deserves it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.